Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. This is Kaylana, aka the Blessed Driver, and thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. Okay, so I want to talk really briefly about Instacart and how much I've made over the past couple of weeks that I have been on Instacart. So, first of all, for those of you guys who either have just joined Instacart or are interested in joining Instacart, I will tell you what Instacart is and what it is not. Instacart is a company that enables customers or individuals to order groceries and things like that online. And so right now where I am at here in Florida, they have partnerships with Costco, Whole Foods, Publix, Total Wine, Petco, and I think there's one more, I can't quite remember, but basically people can go online and order groceries and things of that nature. So and then all we do is as shoppers, we go and we pick up the items that the customer ordered through the app and everything, and then we just deliver it. That's just that simple. And so I hope that my lighting is okay because I'm actually in the living room and stuff. I'm sorry, in the dining area. So hopefully you guys will be able to see me okay. But the first week that I started with Instacart, I did pretty well. And now take into account, I'm going to show you how much money that I made the first week I did Instacart. And before I show you how much money I made, I need to explain to you some things, what happened. The very first day that I went to go pick up a batch or an order, I had to do one at Costco. Now, keep in mind, I was brand new. I was new at this and everything. And I didn't have my Costco card yet. So Instacart, they do provide you with a Costco card or Costco membership card where you have to actually get that before you shop or at the time when you shop. But they never provided me with anything, so I didn't know what to do. So long story short, I got there and I got all the items that the customer needed, and I got to the checkout, and they couldn't check me out. I provided my credentials and showed them who I was, who I worked for, but because I didn't have a Costco membership card at the time, they could not check me out. However, long story short, again, I was not able to do 2 deliveries, and so the batches that I had were two different customers. And so sometimes Instacart, they'll do that. They'll give you like one batch, which is like for one customer, or they'll give you 2 that you have to shop for at the same time. And you can just basically separate those in your grocery cart. And so basically I messed that up. And so I probably messed up and plus it was a peak day, and I'll explain to you more about peak days. I probably missed out on about maybe $30 or so, maybe more, because I wasn't able to deliver those items because I didn't have my Costco card, and they didn't get back to me until kind of late. So that kind of set me back some. And something else occurred that week. I can't remember what it was, but basically I missed a couple of orders, and plus I was new, and some stuff wasn't provided to me at the time. But I did make that up, and so sorry that text message. But basically things kind of worked itself out. And I want to show you how much I made the first week. Now, this was during the week of November 21st through the 27th. Now, the way that Instacart works is the pay cycle is from Monday through Sunday, and I think it cuts off around 11:59 or something like that. So it's like Monday through Sunday. Anyway, this is the pay cycle from November 21st to November 27th, 2016, which is recent. This is how much I have made. Unplug this, sorry. You can see it. I made $477.37, and in tips I made $74.55. And so I think I did pretty good with that. You can see that. And so if you kind of scroll, you'll see how much each daily average was. Now, right here where you see Saturday the 26th was a peak day. Anytime you see those little flames, that represents those are days that you can make the most money, and they also give you an incentive, an hourly guarantee, and you can almost make double. I made $159 that day. You see that? That wasn't that bad at all. So this is why I like working peak days. And sometimes you may not work a peak day, but you can still do pretty good depending on the area that you're in. Okay. Now I'm going to show you. Now also keep in mind that I made more money than this because, like I said, my first order I kind of messed that up, or wasn't really all my fault because I didn't have my card yet. And so they provided me my card number, my membership number later. But I would have had probably like $34 more than that. And plus I had cash tips. So I made about 30 something dollars, maybe almost $40 in tips. So I made well over 500 something dollars that week. Now, during the week, let me go back here. This is last week, from November 28th through December 4th, I made $486.16. I had an hourly guarantee, which came out to about $28.60. In tips, $58.31. And my earnings were $394. Now, look at my peak days. I still did good even on days that I didn't have peak days, but still I did pretty good throughout the week. Now, this is without cash tips. I made about 30 something dollars. I actually made about close to 40, I think, close to 50, somewhere around between 30 and 50. I can't quite remember at this moment in cash tips. So I made about 500 plus. So I did a little bit more than I did the previous week. And so that's kind of how it works. And so you have hourly guarantees and things like that. And you can make as much as you want. However, let me give you the breakdown of Instacart. Now, I'm not sure what state you're in or what city you're in, but that also plays a factor because there's also another company out there similar to Instacart called Shipt. Now, I'm with Shipt. I tried to apply with them a couple times. They won't accept my application for whatever reason, but that's okay because they pick and choose who they want, right? So it's okay. But now people are becoming more accustomed to Instacart, and so just like any other company of this nature, when it becomes new, it's really hot. Everybody's doing it, and then that's when some of these companies they get more drivers or personnel, whatever. They get more people to get on board, and now it's like heavy with drivers, and so you're like, okay, where are my hours? And so you have to really stay on top of your game when it comes to Instacart, because I've just shown you how much money is to be made with it. You can do pretty good. You can do actually very well. And even when you pick your hours, I have to show you. When you pick your hours for the week, I'm going to show you something. It's going to show you what you can potentially make. So for December 4th, so basically this week, December 4th through the 10th, I can make between $549 and $790 a week. Now, I've removed some hours from my schedule because I have to take care of some things with my son and some other stuff, but it would have been like 8 something. But that's how much you could possibly make. But it depends on how busy it is, right? Yesterday wasn't that busy at all, but it was a peak day on Monday, which is like 2 days ago. And that did okay, but it was all right. Yesterday was okay because you see I only did a couple hours. Today I'm going to be doing some hours here and there. Thursday I'm going to be working all day, basically from noon to 11 at night. Friday, hope you can see it. I'm sorry, Friday's from noon to 11. Thursday until 9. Saturday, basically all day. And so that's kind of how that works. And so you can pick and choose your hours. Now, once you get so many hours in, you're able to have what they call early access status. And early access status is when you're able to pick your hours early. The reason why that's very important is because you want to make sure, because the schedules go quickly. People fill in shifts very, very fast. And so if you're not checking your app to possibly get some extra hours or to get your schedule, you're going to be out of gas for the whole week, because it's very, very rare that anybody gives up their hours during the week doing Instacart, because for one thing, this may be somebody's primary income, and second of all, the pay is very, very good. So you can make some really good money doing this. So you have to make sure that once they give you a day that you're able to get early access status to get hours, hop on it immediately. Because I know the day and the time where I'm able to get it. But now it seems like they're having people to get early access status, even if they're not people who've been on board for a while. Now, unfortunately, it's people who are very brand new newbies, and they can get early access status, which is kind of strange, but it's whatever. So I just showed you how much money I've made so far the past couple of weeks with Instacart, with and without tips. So I meant cash tips, and so I made well over 500. And so the money's there. It's very, very good. However, I've noticed that next week there aren't any peak days for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure. Peak days is when they really need people, is when they're really busy. And so, but you can still do well as long as you have some extra hours in. And so any hours that I'm not able to fulfill, like that I want, what I do is I do, of course, Uber, I do Lyft, and I also do Postmates and order up. So I do quite a few that I try to fill in the gaps in between when I'm not making the amount that I want. And plus, it's the holidays, and so I wish to have some extra money and have in my pocket, do some Christmas shopping for my child. So, but basically, that's how Instacart works. And so you are timed. You are timed from the time that you once you acknowledge the order, you have about 20 minutes to get to the store that they tell you to go to, but you don't have to go to that particular one. Say like if you're close to a Whole Foods or something closer to you than where they recommended, I would go to the one that's closest to you, because by the time you get to one that they recommend, it could be late and the orders could be late, and it's going to be a mess. So, so once you acknowledge the order, you have some time to get to the store. Once you get to the store, you click the button that says start shopping, and you start shopping, and your time based upon your speed, things of that nature. So, the quicker that you are with getting each item, the better the better it is for you, because they also have bonuses. So if you're within the top 25% of the people, the shoppers for that week, then you get like $100 bonus each on your paycheck or something like that. So, but make sure that you don't take too long with getting the items and putting them in your basket, looking for them. Kind of familiarize yourself with the store layout, because I know some stores, they may be the same chain, the same franchise, but they may not have the layout the same. They may not have all items in the same aisle. So you just have to really remember, it's very important to make sure that you familiarize yourself with the store, familiarize yourself with where the items are and what you're looking for. Look at your list. And one way that I have been pretty good at what I'm doing is I kind of know which store has, like how their layout is. And also, the first thing I do is I go for produce in the deli area. Why? Because sometimes it takes a while for the people that work in the deli to cut your meat or your cheese or whatever. And so usually in the deli department, it's kind of busy. And so you want to go there first, because it may take a while for them to cut your meat, depending on how busy it is and things of that nature. And so if there's a line, you can always say, hey, I'll come back for it later. And then I go to the produce, because produce could take a minute too. So as you're looking for the different fruits and vegetables and things like that, and then kind of just go around from there and get the meats and, whatever. But everybody does it differently, but that's just how I do it. I try to do it as quick as possible. And I have a cooler that I put in for my cold items and stuff like that. So, but basically that's how Instacart works. And so you are timed, and you want to make sure that you have a positive attitude. Definitely people can pick up off of that. I've done great. Like I had a $20 tip, I think, was it yesterday, the day before? I mean, I've done great with cash tips. And so there's some really great people out there. And then sometimes people don't tip, and you're like, oh, I drove so far. But Instacart, they do give you like a small rate for a long distance. So say like if you were in a particular area and they want you to drive so far to go to somebody's house, they give what they call a long distance bump. It's like $5 or something like that. So, but you've seen how much I made. Once again, the money is there. But it may be a little bit of a challenge when they start to hire on new people, because that goes fast. And so depending on how long somebody has been on board before you, they can get first pick in hours, which is kind of crazy, which kind of leaves us with the scraps. But I try to fill in what I can with Postmates or with Uber or Lyft or something like that until I can be able to do it. But, but the best of luck to you guys. If you have any questions or concerns, or just want to get more information about Instacart, shoot me a message. My website is up. It's www.theblesseddriver.com, and the information is right down there at the bottom if you want to contact me. And also I do provide consulting and things like that if you're interested in driving for any of these rideshare companies or these app companies. If you're interested in just some one-on-one coaching, let me know, and I will be more than happy to provide that for you. And that information will be on the website as well. And again, my website is www.theblesseddriver.com, and you can go on there just to look over some tips on Instacart and some of the other rideshare companies that I work with. And also, I would love your support. Please feel free to subscribe, and also share this video with your friends or family or anyone else who's interested in Instacart and shopping for the company. I'll talk to you guys soon. God bless you.